back. Summer has officially arrived, and that means it's time to fire up the grill. But as every backyard chef knows, not all proteins play by the same rules when it comes to the heat.
Yes, from sizzling shrimp to the perfectly seared steak, it takes a little know-how to get it just right. And luckily, our next guest has all of the tips that you need. Here with the ultimate grill guide is Chef Devan Rajkumar. Nice to see you, Devan.
We have such a beautiful spread here today.
It
smells incredible.
It smells incredible. And we know that now more than ever, Canadians are really supporting Canadian products. And it really matters. So before we get into this, your grilling tips, let's talk about what we should be looking for to make sure we're buying Canadian protein.
Of course, very simple. Look for raised by a Canadian farmer.
Okay.
Look for trusted logos like Ontario Pork, Canada Beef.
Okay.
And you'll see these in the grocery store when you're browsing and looking for your steaks and your shrimp and the different items.
Yeah,
amazing.
good tips.
Very
All right,
simple.
so the first protein we're gonna talk about is shrimp, which I'm looking at, and it looks incredible. Talk to us. How do we grill this and make sure we get all the good juices out of it?
It sure does look incredible, but please stop overcooking your shrimp, okay? Shrimp can be cooked in like 2 to 3
How
minutes.
do we know we're overcooking the shrimp, though?
Well, when it kind of feels like, you know, a rubber ball.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So the way I cook it.
So just pull it. All these proteins, they continue to cook when they come off the heat source.
Okay.
So look for good color. We want medium-high heat. With most seafood, you want to do about medium heat.
Okay.
You know, if you're doing fish, put it skin side down. But we want to just cook it, get the color, and get it off.
And
it
this is
keeps
fast.
cooking.
It's super fast with
Yeah,
shrimp, right?
Shrimp, it'll start to curl up. As soon as it seizes up a bit, pull
Get it off. Okay.
Okay.
You brought us tandoori shrimp on the
Oh,
barbie,
it's
which
so-
sounds delicious. Like, break down how you make these.
I already
And
ate it.
Do you use frozen? Or
Sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah, so this is frozen shrimp. Shrimp has a really unique cell structure. It doesn't soak up water like a sponge, like other types of seafood. So run it under cold water, pat it dry. Everything here, anything you put on the grill, any heat source, if it's wet, if there's moisture, you're not gonna get color. Color is flavor. That's why it tastes so good, right? So make sure you get a really, really good sear, pat it dry.
So
We have a
good.
cornucopia of spices, cumin, coriander, Kashmiri red chili powder.
good stuff.
Yogurt marinade helps it penetrate, makes it tangy. It's good, huh?
So good.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then blistered green chili, I like a lot of heat.
And
Me
were those
too.
were those
Yeah.
frozen? Were they frozen, or did you do them fresh?
The chili?
The shrimps.
Oh, the shrimp were previously frozen, thawed under cold water,
Okay.
patted dry, marinated,
Done.
grilled.
Okay, sorry, got it.
Okay,
Yep.
you know what? And you mentioned a little bit about cooking different types of seafood. So can you share tips for drill? Can I talk? Because I'm eating too much food. For grilling different types of seafood. There you go. Got it out.
Depending on whatever you're grilling, if it's very delicate and tender, just use a fish basket. Medium-high heat, not high. And when you put fish on the grill, please, most proteins, allow it to cook for 30 seconds to a minute. It's gonna release itself from the grill.
Love it.
Oil the fish, not the grill.
Okay.
Oil the fish. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're moving on to steak, the
Yes.
next protein. So specifically strip steaks, which we have here. So what should we know about grilling them?
Well, we have a strip loin here. Anytime you're cooking, a lot of these tips and tricks go across all proteins, but steak specific, get it out of the fridge for an hour. Someone called me last week. They're like, hey, my steak's been out of the fridge for an hour and a half. Can I still eat it? Yes, you can still eat it. Of
course you can.
Okay,
Let
but
it
we
rest.
want to temper it. Imagine you have a very dense piece of protein.
Yeah.
The heat source is going to take longer to penetrate to the middle. So that's why if we have a room temperature piece of steak, the heat's gonna penetrate faster. So 60 to 90 minutes, pull it out.
Gotcha.
And season it heavily. Anytime we put something on the grill, what happens? A lot of it falls into the grill. So
Okay.
season it heavily. We also can't season the inside. So these are all things to keep in mind.
I'm curious because in my family, there's a lot of seasoning the meat the night before. How do you feel about that?
You can, depending on what it is. If you're seasoning with acid, lemon juices, salt, you're going to play with the texture of the meat. So depending on if it's a very aggressive, acidic, salty marinade, maybe 2 to 4 hours.
Okay.
But overnight you can.
Okay. All right.
This
that's
one is
good to know.
amazing.
Yeah, so with this one as well, another big tip, stop slicing into the meat. I think a lot of you already know this. We have a lot of foodies in this crowd always,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So allow your protein to rest for about half the time you cooked it.
Okay.
So if this steak takes about 6-7 minutes, I'm
Yeah.
gonna let it rest for close to 5.
All right. Now I've already eaten my piece because I'm a little ahead of myself and the food smells really good.
Yeah.
But you brought us some Caribbean jerk marinated strip steak. It was delicious. Talk to us about it.
So there's a lot of different ways that you could approach jerk seasoning. I mean, we have it in my cookbook. We have it a lot of different places. But if you start cooking the jerk too far in advance, it could burn and get aggressive. So about 80% into my cook, I start to brush it and baste it. Similar to how you'd finish chicken. I see one guy's like, yeah.
Okay.
So similar to how you would finish barbecue chicken on the barbecue, and you'd barbecue it, barbecue sauce towards the end.
Okay.
Same thing with this. Brush it for your last two bastes, your last two flips.
So good.
Gotcha.
Okay. Next up, you have a vegetarian protein. I've never thought to grill paneer.
I've never had paneer.
Oh my God, you haven't?
No,
So
you guys
amazing.
had it?
Okay.
So,
Me either.
So this is kind of standard. You know, growing up in a Guyanese household, growing up with so much Indian, South Asian influence, grilled paneer and paneer is just so popular. It's very fluffy. It takes on flavors really well. It's a non-melting cheese, but this is paneer tikka. So essentially, this skewer would go into a tandoor, which is your super hot clay oven. But what we're doing here is we're putting it on the skewer. This skewer's got like 20 grams of protein. Okay, so if you're looking to get protein into your diet, skewer it up. Use whatever vegetables you have. You have poblano here. Was poblano ever put with paneer tikka? No, but I can do it. I can get away with stuff like this.
Because you're Devin, you can do that kind of stuff.
Use what you have. Use what's in the back of your grocery drawer.
It's so good. Some other popular veggie proteins are halloumi and tofu. Do we grill them the same way as paneer?
Halloumi, very similar, from Cyprus, little squeaky, fantastic. Tofu, make sure it's firm. If it's medium, it's just gonna go blah.
And if you don't have a tandoori oven, just quickly, we can still manage this, right?
You can pan sear this. You
Okay.
can put a cast iron on your grill. You can grill it.
Great.
You can blowtorch it. You can broil it.
All
whatever-
right.
Whatever you
Any of
want.
the above.
All right, so we're ending things with the chicken thigh.
Yes.
Why is this protein so good for the grill?
It's a powerhouse in protein. And today we have like protein for every single palate. Chicken thighs, bone in. I don't know why people are so obsessed with boneless meat. Like boneless chicken curry
the only
drives
thing I
me,
buy,
drives
is it
me-
boneless.
It drives me crazy.
Okay, why should we get the one
There's
with the bone
so
in?
much more flavor. As this is roasting,
Okay.
that bone is imparting so much juice and flavor into the chicken. It's gonna be juicier and more flavorful. Chicken thigh is always gonna be better bone in. I always prefer dark meat. We've already addressed that, okay? But you can...
Me too, my friend, me too. I feel you.
You could go with you could go with chicken breast if you want. It's awesome. It's fantastic. But even then, I would have the bone on it too.
Okay.
I love bone.
This is a Korean barbecue chicken with cucumber kimchi slaw. Tell us about this recipe.
So I lived with a Korean back when I was 15, 16 years old. I was just in Korea a few months ago. We have gochujang, so this is a fermented red chili paste. We have sesame oil, rice wine vinegar. You marinate the chicken overnight. It's an aggressive marinade, but chicken thigh can take it. And then you just cook it on the barbecue. Cooking chicken on the barbecue, have two different zones. Have a hot zone and a lower zone. You can get your color on one side, then move it, and then treat the barbecue like an oven to cook it through.
Good.
It is so good. Every
are-
single recipe you knocked it out of the park. Amazing.
you, guys.
Yes,
So good.
Chef Devan Rajkumar, thank you so much for stopping by. Everything was incredible.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
for
much.
my first tape of paneer.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.